He is the new head coach of the Ball State men's basketball team. Michael Lewis joins us. Press conference day for you. First off, congratulations. I know it's a surreal morning. What was it like to go through everything?
It was a cool moment, right? It's like, as a player, like you recruit guys and they get an opportunity to play at this level. I've been an assistant coach for 18 years, and you've been searching for the right spot. I feel like I found that spot, and so it was neat to be back here in Indiana and be around friends and family and to have my family in attendance. But you also realize you got a job to do, and there's a lot of work ahead.
Recruiting is such an interesting word to come in with right off the top because you've spent a career recruiting. Mm-hmm. You were being recruited in this situation. What was the pitch like that got you sold on Ball State's the place I need to be?
Well, I think it starts, I've said it before, with the leadership. Jeffrey Mearns and Beth Getz. I wanted to hear what their vision for a basketball program here at Ball State was. And when they shared that with me, it lined up with what I think a basketball program can mean and can do for a university. I've been a part of other institutions where the basketball program has played a huge role in the development and growth of a university. And I told both of them, I don't want to just be a basketball coach. I want to make a much bigger impact on a community and a university than just winning some basketball games. I want my team to be a part of that. And so when their vision aligned with mine, I knew, other than just being back home in Indiana in a place I'm so familiar with, and I know the basketball people throughout the state, their vision and mine being aligned was a perfect fit.
Let's dive into that a little bit, because when you talk about making a broader impact, how do you actually go about doing that? How do you take what people see on the floor, game in and game out basis, which they still won't do for another couple of months now, so you have that time to lay that groundwork. How do you create those inroads and create those and develop those relationships?
Well, if we're going to be successful, this is going to take everybody. It's not going to be just the 13 guys in the locker room and my staff. So, when my family gets in town, I've already tried. We got to get out involved in the community. Meet the players that are in the community, the players that be the politicians, just the everyday people, the restaurant, and just offer our help in any way that we can, and ask for their help in return, right? And you just try to build the Ball State brand, build our basketball program. I think what Mike and Brady have done in football and women's basketball, we want to emulate and just kind of immerse ourselves in this community and be a willing partner in this community. And then obviously at the end of the day, we got to go win some basketball games, right? And things become a lot easier. But to do that, to get started, you have to kind of get outside yourself, realize you're a part of something much bigger than yourself. And I can't wait to kind of help guide our players along that journey as well.
Let's talk about process on the court, because you were asked today in your press conference about patience. What kind of patience can you have? And you said, really, I can't have any.
I don't have patience.
Right, we got to go win.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a whirlwind, right? We sat down just to do this, and we talked about you haven't been back to Los Angeles since you were hired for this job. You left the NCAA tournament, came here with the same 5 T-shirts, 1 jumpsuit, and 3 pairs of socks.
I bought up the bookstore too.
What have the last 10 days been like for you to try to jumpstart that process? Because that's got to be important, right, to get that ball rolling.
Yeah, no question. I have a great family that brought me a big suitcase full of clothes here yesterday, so I'm good there now. It was a little sketchy there for a while, but the first thing I wanted to do was get in front of our players. And anytime you go through change, especially with younger people that haven't had that type of experience, there's a lot of doubt, uncertainty. They don't know who the new coach is going to be, if he's going to like them, they like me, just a bunch of uncertainty, right? And so I wanted to get around them and deliver my message where they heard it from me and not somebody else. So if they had questions, they could ask me, and the answers are coming from me, not other sources. And we've been able to make some really good inroads there. I think it's kind of settled, some people down, and obviously we've gotten some guys out of the portal, and that means a lot to me because they believe in me, and they believe in my vision here at Ball State, and they also believe in Ball State being a place where they can achieve all their hopes and dreams. So that means a ton to me. And then you got to get into sweat equity. You got to get on the floor and work with these guys and try to help them develop and grow, and they all understand what the end goal here is, but you got to kind of simplify it. And I'm a process guy, and I know that's coach speak, but you have the macro in that we want to win a championship, go to the NCAA tournament, okay, and that can scare some people when they haven't had success, and so you got to simplify it, break it down, and you just try to get better every day. We talk about we played Akron when I was at UCLA in the first round of the tournament. You look at the results that Ball State had with Akron. Can we get 5 or 6 possessions better? Can we improve throughout a season that when we go to Cleveland, we have an opportunity to win 3 games?
You've said many times you had a great experience as a player and as a coach, but really it's about these guys and it's about them having a great experience. One of the first things I told you when we first met, my brother went to Indiana, so I was an Indiana basketball fan when Michael Lewis was playing at Indiana, and I used to shoot at the YMCA pretending that I was Kyle Hornsby, Mike Lewis, Dane Fife, and A.J. Guyton, which is kind of surreal right now.
You should have stayed with A.J. Guyton. He was the first team All-American. You should try to beat him.
Yeah, I mean, it went in more when he shot it, but,
Yes.
all in all. Your experience at that time, you played in 4 NCAA tournaments. Not everybody can walk into a room and go like this. You've been to a Final Four. You've had some really awesome experiences. What was so great about them, and how do you recreate that for now the players on your team?
The people I was with. I'm a firm believer in investing in people. So the people I was around played a huge impact on me, what I've been able to accomplish. And I just want to be able to use my experiences both as a player and a coach to impact these guys. And when you're a college athlete, it's a very small window of time. You only get one shot to do this. You don't get any do-overs, right? You can't beat Father Time. So they got one shot. As a coach, you have to understand that. You have to push them to achieve their dreams. But this is their one opportunity for this experience in their life, and you got to try to do everything you can to make it the best possible experience. I said it in the press conference, I know how I feel about the guy that I played for, and I know how I feel about the experience. If these guys, when they leave Ball State, feel about me and their experience here the same way that I do, then I've done my job.
Let's talk about the guy you played for a little bit. There is a video on YouTube. Maybe we'll splice it in here. There's a video on YouTube of Michael Lewis getting in Bob Knight's face. And when you got hired for this job, it went nuts on Twitter because everybody's like, oh my God, we got this guy. What happened in that instance? And tell me what it's like playing for one of the all-time greats of this sport.
I wouldn't be here sitting here today if I didn't play for the guy that I played for. I think, the thing with Coach is, coming out of high school, I was a scorer. I shot the ball every time I touched it. I was a scorer. And when I graduated from IU, I had more assists than anybody that had played there up until that point. And so I think anything about a great coach is when they're able to see something in you that you don't really see in yourself, and they have the ability to bring that out. So he made me a better player. He made me a better person. I had the opportunity to coach for him. He made me a better coach. The moment you're talking about was just a moment of crazy for me. Two very competitive guys chasing the same goal. And the funny thing is that like what you said, it went, I don't think it was we had viral at that time, but it was everywhere. And just the funny thing is Coach set me down, which was drawn on a whiteboard, trying to act like he was talking. We were just talking about that. Put me right back in the game. 45 seconds later, we went on to win, and that's what was important to him and I. We never talked about it again. And I had an unbelievable relationship with him. I'd do it all over again. He means so much to me in what I've been able to do, and I know that he would, or he is, extremely proud and happy that I'm the head coach at Ball State.
So I think a lot of the things you touch on there, one of the reasons that's actually a really interesting clip of video, because it shows trust, right? It shows the relationship that you had with your college coach. Yeah. Not that you were telling guys to, hey, get in my face when things don't go right, but probably if you could do it all over again, maybe it doesn't play out the same way, but that was the relationship that you guys had, and you trusted one another, and that's why it worked, right? And if you can replicate that, you can be successful.
No question. I knew what he was about. He was about winning. He was about pushing us outside our comfort zones and trying to make us better players. He knew what I was about. I'd been there long enough. I'm trying to win, and I think like what you said. We never spoke about it after that, but our relationship, I think, grew immensely after that. There was a different level of trust and connection because we knew we were both about the same thing.
One more question about your time at Indiana. Did you mean to throw the ball off the guy's face at Iowa?
Absolutely. I can't lie. I can't lie. It's a funny thing is later on in life, we've ran across some mutual friends, and we share pictures and things. And again, he would have done it to me too now. He knows, right? But that's a heat of the moment thing. He was a lot bigger than I was, and he took his shot on me, and I got him back. So I'm not the most proud of that moment, but yeah, I did. I did mean that. I can't lie anymore.
Tenacity, it's fight, right?
Yeah, something.
You're back home in Indiana with this job. You've talked about that a little bit, and how being in this state that loves basketball is so important. You played high school basketball in Indiana. I don't know if it's probably too hard to, let's say, like narrow down one thing in your mind, but when I say your time as an Indiana high school basketball player, what jumps to the forefront of your memory?
Teammates. I think, when you're in high school, you're playing with your best friends, and you're going to practice, you got the bus rides. I was very fortunate to be on some really good high school teams that played for a community that supports their high school athletics extremely well. We had great crowds at home. We traveled well. The environments that we played in, there was a ton of excitement. We had success, so a lot of people didn't like us. So it was cool to go on the road and play and compete. But that's what I would say. I think just playing with the guys that you grew up with and your best friends.
Let's talk about this program now. You inherit Ball State, and we touched a little bit on not having patience. You want to win now. There's the old Jordan Belfort line of "Sell me this pen." If you had to sit down with a recruit right now, what's your pitch to Ball State to get people to come back to Muncie and bring the glory back here?
Well, I think you can see that people care about basketball here, right? I mean, you can see the excitement the last 10 days. They want to win. They want to support a winner, and I think they're willing to help. And so we have some momentum just from a change and players choosing to come back and play. I think we've got an outstanding university. Our camp, we have a real college campus. It's beautiful. We've got a great arena. Our practice facility is as good as anything I've ever been in. I've been in some nice ones. You know where I'm coming from. And I think you're going to have a head coach and a coaching staff that is going to be about you and your development. And I think if like I said, if you're tough, and you love basketball and you're ultra competitive, you need to be at Ball State.
Let me ask you some you questions.
Sure.
A little bit off the wall, but I got this one not that long ago. You played baseball, right?
A little bit. Young,
bit.
Yeah.
If you were a Major League Baseball player, you're walking out to home plate, what's your walkout song?
Small Town.
Okay.
Yeah, Small Town. Small Town, or what is the Eminem song where it's like you got one shot.
One
one
Lose
opportunity.
Yourself?
Yeah, Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
Probably one of those two.
What's the last concert you went to?
Ooh, COVID happened. That was a bad thing about being in LA. COVID happened and you got all those great concerts. You know what? I think Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, went to a Poison, Def Leppard. Trying to think of the third group. It was great. Just a bunch of 40-year-olds acting like they were back in high school, right? So it was fun.
That's
awesome. I think that was it. I think that was the one.
Your daughter is here right now. It's probably like,
yeah, shaking her head, right?
What is Poison?
Yeah.
You have two daughters.
Yes.
They're both here with you for your press conference. You talked about your wife. You've known each other since fourth grade.
Yeah. And she's still with me. How about that?
You're doing something right.
Right.
What do you like most about being a dad?
I think it's a great balance. I'm, we got the T-shirt, girl dad, the whole thing. Like when you're a coach, you spend so much time around other people's kids, and you're trying to help them grow and develop. That sometimes your kids miss out on some things. So I think it's a good balance having the two of them after coming home from practice or games, where you've been around a bunch of dudes in Type A, and it's kind of a soft landing to walk in the door, and you've got two beautiful girls sitting there. So just watching those guys grow and change and develop is really cool.
Who was your favorite NBA player?
Michael Jordan.
That was quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guys in the team, they're going to argue because they don't, Michael Jordan, I think, is the greatest competitor that ever lived. And then obviously, I'm from Jasper, so Larry Bird.
That's fair. Have you met either one of them?
I shook hands with Jordan. I have not met Larry Bird.
But
we have a lot of mutual friends.
I was
So
going to say, you're in the area.
We got to get that done. We have to get that done.
Ball State
Maybe I'd love to share a cold beer with Larry Bird. That would be like my ultimate thing.
I mean, Ball State played the game at Indiana State when they unveiled his statue
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. So
Yeah.
we just gotta.
We got mutual friends. We gotta make it happen.
Michael, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Before we let you go, you did get a little bit choked up at one point in time in your press conference today.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the emotion come from for you in the part that really kind of tugs at the heartstrings when you're able
being
to
home.
take a step back?
Just being back in this state, Just basketball in general means so much to the people here, and they care about it so much, and it's meant so much to me. So this job is very personal. So just coming back and being a part of this state, like I said, like when I chose to go to Indiana, I was kind of adopted by this state, and that's just what happens when you grow up here and you put that uniform on. And there's been a lot of people that have helped me get here, and now I get an opportunity to repay them by building really, really tough, competitive, successful individuals in our program here at Ball State.
Well, congratulations on the hire. Best of luck on the next couple of months in front of you, and looking forward to watching you guys in the NCAA tournament soon.
I appreciate it. Let's do it.